guys, this is John Basher. Unfortunately, injuries are a part of the sport, yet it's a sport we love. When Cooper Webb got hurt at Las Vegas Supercross and then followed up with re-injuring his ankle at Hangtown National, like sharks in the water, we smelled blood. So what we did is we called up Steve Lamson, got a hold of Yamaha, and said we would absolutely love to test Cooper Webb's Yamalube Star Racing YZ250F. Cooper Webb's YZ250F is actually the brainchild of the whole Star Racing team, but Eric Gass, his mechanic, is in charge of making sure that Cooper's bike is up, ready to go for every single moto, every single practice session. Looking at Cooper's bike, if we're starting at the front, you have a Dunlop tire, obviously with a heavier tube. Those are Works hubs with also Work nipples, Work spokes, and Excel A60 rims, along with a braking Batfly front rotor. That's a 270mm unit. The team relies heavily on protection from Lightspeed. They have a carbon fiber fork guards as well as front brake guard. Heading on up to the triple clamps, they have the X-Trig, the new system. Really what that does is it helps with the internals and the movement. The whole bike has titanium fasteners on it. The only part that isn't titanium, the bar mounts, which they use steel. These triple clamps by X-Trig are 22mm offset. Of course, who can forget the factory KYB forks? They are an air fork, super trick. You also notice a Works connection hole shot device. Looking at the radiators, they are welded for durability purposes. They've been able to move the whole radiator system, or the shrouds, actually in 10mm, 5mm on each side by doing some trimming just to squeeze the front of that bike together, so when Cooper's moving from the back to the front, he doesn't have any issues on hanging up or finding that the front end is just too wide for him. Now, the engine is the meat and potatoes of this whole ordeal. It has a GYTR head and a lot of trick parts that we tried to pull out of the team, but they were pretty mum on it. They did say that this is an engine that gets rebuilt all the time. The cases go about 10 hours before they swap them off to the practice bike, and then they put on new cases. They run a GYTR ignition cover just for durability purposes. Then you're looking at these foot pegs, the Raptor titanium foot pegs. They are 5mm up in comparison to the stock position. They also don't have that middle section. The reason being is Cooper has found that when he rides in the mud, it has a tendency for the mud to build up. Now, Cooper Webb is not the tallest guy in the world. That's okay. The team cuts the subframe 10mm, so it's lower in the rear. Looking at the KYB integral shock, they have adjustments for high and low speed compression, as well as high and low speed rebound. The team relies on GYTR sprockets. Cooper likes a 1347 combination. He also likes that rear axle set pretty far back. Gives him a little more stability and helps him on starts. Another Lightspeed product is that chain guide. They run carbon fiber because they found that just a standard has the ability to get caught in ruts and break, and it also bends. And then you're looking at that rear wheel, which is a thing of beauty because it has that Works factory hub, as well as the spokes, the nipples, and that super strong Takasako Excel A60 rim. And underneath that beautiful Dunlop tire is a bib moose tube. Like most guys on the factory tour, they run moose rear tires just because they don't have to worry about flats. Also, who can forget the factory 4.1 exhaust by FMF? The team works really close with FMF. They get them all dialed in with exactly what they want. Finally, you're looking at decor graphics, along with this beautiful gripper seat, pro taper grips, bars, arc levers. Really, the entire package is a collective effort of a lot of different aftermarket companies, as well as factory Yamaha, Star Racing, making this bike happen, and we're just so thankful that they've given us the opportunity today at Glen Helen to rip it around.